Okay, for the banners, we start with the original, which was my attempt at a simple banner. It's basic. I just wrote down JigRamble, slapped a gradient on it, and then my chibi OJig model floating. This is where it's canonical that I have black pants and yellow shoes. I think this is the only time you see me with a bottom bot with a that's not just a torso. I loved how the shading worked out though. I feel like that's how light works. I feel doesn't have any highlights, but it works. I think. So yep, here we have the original logo, and that was my Twitch banner for a very long time. And then we have the second banner, which is the thank you for 50. Wait, is it? No. We had this banner first, didn't we? Yeah, we had this banner first, which is still here with us through our starting soon and ending soon screen. I think this is just a free clip art of a butterfly that I overlaid with a gradient. The sky is a transition of blue to pink, and the clouds are a transition of blue to pink on the other side. The tree over here was a lot of different leaf brushes. Like, I just put down a blob of green and then overlaid it with a lot of leaf brushes. And I think those leaf brushes had like different shades of green that either blended in or stood out. And I liked how it ended up. And then we have me sitting there, drinking a coffee, watching a giant butterfly pass by through the clouds. Here's the heart scarf reference from a female traveler in that lantern right scene. It's far enough that you don't have to look too much into it. I liked it. I like the simple model. I did forget what color the scarf is, and I couldn't figure out how the sleeveless, the off-shoulder sleeves work. Like, is it connected to the front of my shirt? Is it connected to the back of my shirt? Is it just loosely hanging over my hand somehow through cartoon logic? Who's to say? Then we have the 50 follower celebration banner that's like a thank you to everyone who followed me and got me to affiliate, which was actually my last requirement. So I've been able to have been affiliate had I just had 50 followers for the longest time. Like there were other requirements that had me like stream at different times of days and then stream with this many chatters in your chat. But 50 followers was the one thing I couldn't reach because I don't really do social media and I'm not really very good at presenting myself in other people's streams. I very much spent time on Twitch in one of the big streamers chats that I was immediately waved away in the sea of chatters, like, you know. So, oh gosh, wait, what happened there? Nothing showed, right? It's fine, we're fine, yes. So this is like a thank you to everyone who got me to 50 chatters, which was like after 3 years of streaming. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. It was a nice journey. It was a lot of quid. It was a lot of relsion. It was a lot of doc, and a lot of people. There were like a bunch of branches of Twitch that I would lurk in, and for somehow as time went on, they also like turned toward me. And at some points, yeah, it was a bit it got me flustered. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know that people would read my chats. Maybe they think I am a bot. Maybe they didn't ban me for the worst things I could probably say. But they didn't. Now I'm here. You see, you are here. You're here. It's you. It's you. Here's dough. Here's safe. Quinn. I say it was a lot of Quinn. Quid. Bear. Doc. Sticker. Andy. Nina. I think I messed up on a few of these because I filtered them too much and now I can't actually tell who some of these are. Like, what is this? What is this? Who are you? I'm so sorry. When you use too much filters and suddenly you don't recognize who these people are. They're probably good people. They're probably great. Surely some of them aren't bots, right? Like, surely they just actively choose to not have a profile picture. And it's not because they're bots. Or alts. Anyway. So, I've showed off this banner before. It's a lot of the chibis of the outfits. I'm gonna be showing off some non-released banners that I was very close to releasing, slept on it, and decided that's not the theme I'm going for. One of them is this. Non-released, yep. Some behind the scenes. Disclaimer, I was trying out different styles, right? I was trying out different styles. Here, I wanted to show off, like, the different outfits. This was before Ronnie Kabuto and the first Great Magic were redeemed. So I had like these references to the name cards we have in Genshin. So this is like if Default had a name card, it would be like this. If Amos had a name card, it would be like this. If Jignari had a name card, it would be like this. In the background was just a random forest somewhere with pink mushrooms and blue trees. I wanted the fantasy. I wanted the magic. I wanted something out there that would be very stylistic to me, that I can excuse any mistakes as stylistic choice, quote unquote. But I thought, okay, I have new outfits now, so I can't just show off these two. And now I have to make another silhouette, and now I have to make another name card. Dang, what do I do now? So I scrapped the name card idea. Completely scrapped the name card, removed whatever this creature of mine is. Like, I really like this. I really like how this one turned out. Okay, can I move it? Okay. I really liked how this version of Jig turned out. It looks very flowy. It looks very floaty, I'd like to call it. The coloring is simple. The shading is simple. It's mostly highlights than it is shading. It's mostly gradients than anything else. But I didn't like how it looked over the stylistic background. So I thought, okay, maybe I want everything to be stylistic. And I ended up with this. So I just flipped the background over. We still have the pink mushrooms, with the green, whatever grass is this, with the blue leaf trees, and the sunrise over on the horizon, peeking over the horizon, and me drinking a cup of coffee. So it references this banner, but in a way that I don't have to worry about my face. It's supposed to be aesthetic, but I just couldn't like it. Usually when I don't like something I made, I just sleep on it and look at it with a batch of fresh eyes the next day. I slept on this, I still didn't like it. So I had to figure out what else I could do for a banner. So I backtracked. What do I want the banner to look like? What do I actually want displayed over my stream when I open my channel? Now, it doesn't work that well. It doesn't work that well on PC because the previous live screen is covering the middle, but you can see the full banner on mobile. So I just kept thinking, what do I want on mobile that can like showcase something about my stream? And I had to backtrack. I had to look back, and I went back to this actually. I went back to this. So my problem back then was that I didn't want to rush this and make another silhouette and name card for the other two outfits. But now that I'm actually taking my time on it and I'm actually thinking about it, maybe I do want to incorporate the other two outfits, Roni Kabuto and the First Grade Magic. So that's how this came to be. I didn't want it to just be the models of the outfit in a row, right? Like I wanted something different. I wanted something to showcase them that's not just sitting down, the way you'd always see them on screen. So I ended up making chibis. And the chibis look great. I love them. They're also their own assets from each other. They all have their own PSD file. Now this banner is already flat, but I can always open up the chibis if I can find them. Jig, chibi, and boop, 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 boop. So they all have their own. Oh gosh, they're so huge. I should really learn from previous mistakes and not save these at like 1000 DPI. Okay. We have Ojig, which is mysteriously turning around, walking away, which is why they're very overlaid over here, like they're disappearing, because it's time to move on. It's time to move forward. Ojig 07. 1000 DPI? Yeah. Yeah. The image size is like pretty big. This one alone, this Ojig is like 284 megabytes. I don't like seeing them pixelated, okay? I don't like seeing them pixelated. Yeah. This is Ojig. Oh gosh. This is default, which has the coffee spillage over here slightly. We have... Gosh, stop that. We have JigRambles with the action shot. The only character in this entire banner that's not smiling because they don't deserve happiness. With the bow and all that, with the arrow movement and all that. And we have Jig Garland, who was just enjoying the glowy thing. Was just enjoying the glowy thing. I just splattered some black circles on where the previous black circles were because I wanted to have a different feel from the original Jignari. We have Roni Kabuto, who's ready to catch some bugs and to fail miserably. And we have the First Grade Magic, who's a Linny reference. The pose is genuinely a Linny reference. But flipped over, holding a bow, and holding the no-seas pieces instead. I did not want to be so strict on these. I already have the assets. I just shouldn't think about it too much. and just make them cute, have fun. And I did. And it turned out great. We have OJ with the coffee cup as the placeholder item. We have Amos with the silhouette of the Amos bow over here. Garland with the garland over here. Onikabuto with the Onikabuto over here. And the first great magic, who would have had the bow over here if the freaking net didn't take up like 50% of their space, so the bow had to go over here. Which works fine, I guess. The transitions are just grass, random grass brushes. That looks fine. And then gold. And who knows, maybe if I get more outfits in the future, this banner will be updated as well. I think I'll go for every batch of 5 outfits to give me like a good time gap between frames. And I'll always time the release for every new patch stream